Hi everyone, good evening. So month of March already, and this month I promised I would talk all about weight gain or weight loss. And actually, I was traveling last week, and I thought I would start off this series with something that's really important for weight gain, weight loss, and it's eating on the go when you're away or when you don't have a lot of time. So basically, it's always important to plan a little bit ahead, because when you're stuck somewhere, or basically you're kind of, it's like when you come home after a long day of work and you really just want food in your mouth or your stomach, and not think about what you should make for dinner, or look into your fridge and realize there's nothing there. You end up making bad choices, right? So that's when you go just order a pizza, or basically um, go for something that's easily available, and usually it's not something healthy. So I thought I would share with you. So this is gonna be a little bit, not so stable video, I guess, because I'm holding the phone in my hand, and I'm trying to show you some things in my cabinet. So sorry about that. So basically, this is like an old kind of packaging from hemp seeds that I have. And when I go traveling, I fill this up with, I make a chia pudding dry mix. And I see, hey Xenia, she's watching, so she knows this very well. She's seen my mix, and I think she's doing the same. So I'm putting in all these goodies here, like the chia seeds. I don't know. Well, it's not much left in there now. It's almost empty. One of my favorite superfoods, the psyllium husk. It's adding a lot of fiber. It's really good for your gut, and it literally has 0 calories almost. And I use some almond protein or almond flour. I'll also put some coconut flour in it. I put some maca, gelatinized maca powder. It's good for hormone balance. And it also adds this kind of nice cinnamony taste. I also add cinnamon, by the way. I add some rice protein, some hemp protein. So my kitchen, like, this is my, cabinet. It's full of these things. And then I basically throw them all together into this thingy here. And then I have, this thing full is basically 1 week of chia puddings in the morning. And then actually I recently just discovered, or not discovered, but tried the MCT powder. So it's essentially a derivative of coconut oil, and this is a powder. So I've added that to my last thing, and then basically I don't even need any plant-based milk or anything like that. When I travel, I just add water, and the MCT powder, it doesn't have coconut taste, but it adds some, and I mean there's a lot of good fats in that from nuts and seeds and things. So then I will usually add some walnuts, or something a little bit crunchy, so it has a different texture. So I mean that's one way to actually make a good breakfast. And I usually have some sort of other protein first. So I will have some chicken, some eggs, and some salad with that, and then the chia pudding will be my dessert. But it also makes a really good snack, and I honestly just really also use it when I'm traveling to, maybe when I want some dessert for dinner and I don't have anything at hand. I will just have some of that, because it has a little bit, it's a little bit like a porridge. So it has this kind of sweetish, mellow taste that's very satisfying. Or also when you actually haven't had enough fiber, and you feel like you still need to eat something to feel fuller. So and that brings me to my fat, fiber, protein rule. So most of you have heard me say this so often, but there's a lot of new peeps here in the group, and many of them are also have also mentioned that they're struggling with weight gain, or actually struggling to lose weight, I suppose. So, I mean, of course, first thing is your diet, right? But when we go into perimenopause and menopause, diet is not also everything. It's also our hormones that play a big role in this, and also in our cravings. But basically, diet is the first thing where you start. So you need to have stable blood sugar. So you need to make sure you're starting your day with a good breakfast, and you don't overeat on fruit or sweet things in the morning, because that will really set you up for a bad blood glucose levels for the rest of the day, and that will impact your sleep at night and your cravings for the next day, and it will impact your mood. So it actually impacts many things, and it kind of sets you up to be in a vicious circle. So diet is really the first thing, and so you really want to make sure that you have fat, fiber, and protein with every meal, also with every snack. So you will never just have a fruit alone, but instead of having just an apple, you will have a handful of nuts with it, or maybe even eat it in a coconut yogurt, or and if you tolerate dairy, you could have a skyr or something like this, which is adding some more protein as well. So always make sure you follow that fat, fiber, protein rule. So, and especially in the morning, skip the carbs. If you want to have a little bit of like berries or something, like a low sugar fruit, that's fine. But also really eat some more of that protein first. Eat some eggs, some meat, maybe some fish. Trout is a really good fish that's also high in omega-3 fatty acids, and probably a better choice than salmon. But if you can get your hands on some wild-caught salmon, that's really great as well. Or if you can stomach it, sardines or mackerel are even better fish, because they're smaller and less contaminated. So these are all really great choices for breakfast, and find a way to add some vegetables to that, either in a if you don't want to eat the vegetables, maybe make a green juice, or add some herbs to your dish, or maybe cook your food with some vegetables, or just have some leftovers. Or make it an egg frittata, which is a really great way to have protein and hide some vegetables in that. And it's also something that you can make for a couple of days ahead. So that's really the first rule is the nutrition. You need to get that right. And honestly, at our age, we can't cut corners anymore. We need to really eat well to be able to feel well. So we don't have to suffer through many perimenopause and menopause, but basically good nutrition and good lifestyle are really important at that age. Taking care of yourself. And then the other things that impact our weight are also our hormones. So of course, once we approach menopause and we go through perimenopause, our sex hormone levels go low, and that can also affect our thyroid. And it also means that we have a higher base level of our stress hormone cortisol. So I don't want to run through this now. I really wanted to keep these weekly Q&A sessions to short sessions, but basically I'm going to dive into each of these in the coming weeks. So, talking about the relationship of cortisol and weight gain in perimenopause, talking about the relationship of estrogen and weight gain in perimenopause, and also talking about not forgetting about the thyroid and weight gain in perimenopause. And also, lastly, I don't know if we even have enough sessions for this month, but we'll do them in April in the end. But also talking about the relationship of our gut health and weight gain in perimenopause. So those will be the topics that I'll talk about on the Wednesday evenings. And I actually haven't put them in the event section, so I will make sure I'll schedule it. I'm a little bit over busy this week, kind of running behind, trying to get client protocols done, and kind of tomorrow will be a day where I'm able to catch up a little bit. And so I will also make sure I'll schedule out those events. And maybe see also if there's a better way than doing these as lives, or if there's a better platform to use this. I may actually go over to Instagram and do the lives there, and share them to the group afterwards. I'll see how I'll do these in the future, but this is the first thing I wanted to share about the diet. Don't forget about the FFP, fat, fiber, protein, and start your day with high protein and high fat breakfast in the morning. And if you don't feel hungry in the morning, that's the case for actually many women, it means it usually means that your cortisol is low in the morning, and that's why you're actually not fully awake and you don't want to eat. So I always advise everyone, you don't have to force yourself to eat when you're hungry if you can. Because if you kind of force food in while you don't have an appetite, you end up just snacking a little bit, and it will probably not be any good for your blood sugar, because you're not ready to eat some real food, if that makes sense. So if you don't feel like eating, then maybe just have a shake with some collagen powder, or something like that. And wait until you're really hungry. And if you can, if that's 10 or 11 a.m., have a real breakfast then. You don't have to, if that's when you're hungry, then eat then. And, and then maybe you want to eat lunch at 3 p.m. So, you have your lunch then. It doesn't matter. Really, if you can, if you're not bound to these hours, really just follow what your body's telling you and eat when you're hungry. And when you're when you're following that fat, fiber, protein rule, and you're eating a substantial meal and you're feeling satisfied, you will likely also not be hungry for a snack a couple of hours later. You will be able to go 3 to 4 hours before you need to eat again. So so that's all I wanted to say, I think. As always, if you have any questions that you wanted me to go over, or if I just triggered something with what I said that you don't agree with, or that you wanted to mention, just hit it in the comments of this video, and I will make sure to answer that in the coming days when I come back into the group. All right, so I'll let you get back to your evening. Enjoy or your day for those who are in the US, so you still have your day ahead of you. And I will see you soon in the group. And that's it. Bye.